All right. Welcome, everyone. I have a few coins and jewelries over here. In today's video, in this live stream, I'm going to talk about, on my personal opinion, where, when, and how you can find jewelries and coins with your metal detector. If you are new to this hobby, or if you are planning on starting this hobby, then stick around, because we are going to talk about a few interesting topics. I have a few thoughts about where to start, when and how, and what you need to start. First off, these rings over here, bracelet, jewelries, some link jewelries over here, some coins I'm gonna talk about. These jewelries, what you see here, silver, gold, and non-precious metals, I found in mostly parks and beaches with a not too expensive metal detector. I personally use the Garrett ACE 400. It's super easy to set up. It's quick. You just go out and you just turn it on and you're ready to hunt. So, first off, how to metal detect. Now, I would say learn your machine first off. Read the manual if you have to. Put in the work, you know. Use a ground balance if you have one. Most of the time they have automatic ground balance. Choose the right location. That's very important, to choose the right location, because let's say if you are going into a small town, there are not that many targets, not that many jewelries. But if you are going into a busy park, you have way more chance to find jewelries. Or if you are going to beaches, you can find a lot of jewelry over there, coins, and a lot of other interesting stuff. Now, when you are going onto the beach to metal detect, you want to do that at low tide, first off. So you can go into the area, the swimming area, which part is most of the time is underwater. So not that many metal detector guys are going there. Also, the water, the waves are moving the sand, and the objects in the sand, they moving around. So sometimes different objects can be way deeper than the maximum depth of your metal detector, and you're not gonna find it. A week later you go back, they are closer to the surface, you're gonna find them. There are different signs you can look, or you should look for in hey Chris, hello. So there are different signs you should look when you are metal detecting on a park. So like, for example, after a hurricane or a bigger storm, you can look for cuts in the sand, which it looks like you're walking on the beach and the beach is just drops like steps, like stairs. That is when the beach, I mean the water, the waves are pushing out objects from the water and moving the sand around, then you can find older stuffs. Also, if you find your first coins on the beach and you take a closer look at the date of the coin, that can tell you a lot of things about that beach. How old is that beach? The amount of coins can tell you how many people are usually visiting that part of the beach. I like to metal detect. If you have an older map, you can look up how old is that park. You can go there during the day, walk around, see if people are visiting that park or not. I already talked about the ground balance is important, especially when you are on the beach. When there is black sand, of course there are minerals in the sand, so you have to use a ground balance, so you're not gonna get fake signals. Also, you can go metal detecting in the woods or in private properties. You have to ask for permission every single time you go there. Don't even try to go somebody's private property without a permission. What you're gonna need is a punch or a bag, a shovel. It's not bad if you have a pinpointer, which can help you a lot to find the exact same spot of the target, so you can save time, so you can dig more. The more you dig, the higher chance you have to find something. Now, you're also gonna need luck, right? I was digging a lot until I found my first silver ring. This one was my first silver ring right here. This one has no making marks, only just a stamp. 333, which means it's 8K gold. But if you're looking the style of this ring, you can tell that it is probably from the 1900s, 1950s, 40s. Also, you are going to find more trash than treasure. So the easiest jewelry to find, on my personal opinion, is silver, because silver rings up. It's a high conductor, so it rings up really high on, I guess, on all of the machines. Usually it rings up around as a quarter signal. But the gold, now that's the tricky part. The gold, it rings up as a pull tab or foil, which is trash. So you have to dig up a lot of pull tab or any other aluminum targets to find gold. The shape of the object can change the tone, the numbers on your screen. For example, this 14 karat white gold pendant right here. This one rings up way lower than a 14K gold ring. This one right here, it gave me a VDI number at 38 or 39, which is foil. Almost 100% of the time is foil. But yeah, this one, that one time, this one was a 14K ring, gold pendant. Now, this bigger ring, gold ring, 14 karat yellow and white gold ring, it gave me a number of, on the Garrett ACE 400, it gave me a number 61, I guess. Now that is usually the older pull tabs. We call them beaver tail pull tabs. Those ones are actually a good sign when you find them in a park, because they are not really making them anymore. So that means that you are in an old area. And if those ones are there, obviously nobody there before you looking for gold jewelries, because if they done that, then they would dug up the pull tabs too. So bigger silver rings like this, it comes up even higher. The bigger is the target, the thicker is the target, the higher VDI number you're gonna get on the screen. This bracelet, silver bracelet right here, it was like a 94 or something, which is or 93, which one was way higher than a quarter. Sometimes the only thing can be that high is some rusty corroded barrel cap. Those ones can ring up sometimes that high. Now there are a few more things that can help you metal detect. One of them is the weather. If you are going to metal detect after the rains or weather like that, when the ground is wet, then you are gonna be able to detect deeper, because the wet ground has a stronger conductivity than dry ground, which will help you to find deeper objects, deeper targets. Also, when you are in a park and you never been there before and it's really visited park, like in a city, in the middle of a city, let's say, well, better if you would start with a smaller searching coil, like a 6-inch searching coil, because when you are using a bigger coil, you're just gonna have more targets, so you can't separate the targets that well. Like, you're gonna have one target here, you're gonna have one target there, and when you have a bigger search coil, then you're just gonna have multiple signals. You are not gonna be able to discriminate them, which one you should dig, which one you shouldn't. So I recommend 5, 7, 6, 5-inch coil, and then when you are start to run out of targets, then you should switch to a bigger coil, which will give you a better depth, so you can dig deeper. You're gonna find deeper targets. Obviously, for example, I did not found these ones, by the way, these Morgan silver dollars, but if you are gonna have a Morgan silver dollar in the ground, obviously you're gonna find that. Like this one, it would give you a super high tone, even if it's deep or even if it's on the edge, because that one, it can change the numbers too. Sometimes when they are on the edge, they are like iffy, like they are like giving you a little bit trashy signal, but you have to dig up those ones too if you want to find the gold. So yeah, on my personal opinion, this one, the metal detecting, is one of the best hobbies you can have. It really pays off. If you start with a metal detector, let's say around $300-400, $500, when you find your first gold ring, bigger gold ring, it can pay back. It can pay for itself. So I don't really know if there is a better hobby than this one. You know, this one was my first quarter I found, silver quarter I mean. It's a 1948. This one was my first Roosevelt dime I have found, 1960. Also, I have found a war nickel. Yeah, the war nickels were made 1944, 45, maybe 43 or 42 too. I'm not sure with that. But yeah, then they started to, the army needed the nickel, so they, because of the war, so they put 35%, I guess, or 40% silver, 35% silver in the nickels. These ones are giving you a little bit higher signal than the normal average nickel. Also, there are a lot of differences between coins, even if you're talking about a gold coin or a silver coin versus gold and silver jewelries. Not just in the tone and in the number, the VDI number are totally different, but also the depth of the object are gonna be really different. For example, a gold ring needs way longer, way more time to sink that deep in the ground as a coin. So when you are gonna find, or when you are looking for, let's put this way, when you are looking for jewelry, especially rings, then you can also turn down the sensitivity on your machine a little bit if you are in a new area and you have a lot of trash. Also, you can use the discrimination programs. A lot of metal detector, modern ones, all of them have a discrimination program. Because, as I said, the rings are not gonna sink that deep in the ground as a coin. Coins can go super deep. Jewelry can be deep, but it takes way more time. What else we should talk about? Oh yeah, one of the most important is one of the most important is to learn how to dig a hole in the ground, in parks especially. On the beach is not that important, obviously, but in the parks or in forest, in the woods, or in somebody's private property, you have to dig a nice plug. You can use a smaller shovel, depends on the state or city law, because every state and every city has their own laws, which is different in every single place you go. But like, for example, when I lived in Seattle, Washington, then we were able to use a shovel not wider than 2 inches. So with that one, you are able to dig a small plug, we call it. Then you grab your pinpointer, find the object, and then you flip the plug back, step on it a few times, go to the next one. So yeah, never leave holes behind or dirt. So yeah, don't make a mess. Also, when you are in park, another interesting place where you should look for older stuff is around big old trees, right? Usually in parks, if you can compare it on old maps versus new maps, usually they are bringing the dirt around, make it, even, they don't want the parks to have bigger holes sometimes. So they are bringing dirt from somewhere else. And in that dirt, you're probably not going to find anything but trash. And the targets would be under that layer, so you can't detect it. But when there are big old trees in parks, they are not really moving the dirt around those big trees because they don't want to hurt the roots of the tree. So that soil around the tree is way older than the soil in the rest of the park. So when you are looking for older stuff, older coins, the silver era, like for example the mercury, the silver dimes and the silver quarters were produced the last year. It was 1964. So you have a higher chance to find those around old trees if you are not having any permissions from some old homestates or something like that. Then you can find. But you should use the discrimination program. I'm just telling this again because there are a lot of iron everywhere you're going to metal detect. There is gonna be a lot of iron. Now, a lot of people, metal detectorists, are saying dig everything to find more value. I do not agree with that, not quite at least, because I have never had a signal which came up as a rusty iron nail and it ended up being a gold ring. That never happened to me, okay? Like, you have to dig up the aluminum, like pull tabs, but because those are having the same signal as a gold ring, right? This smaller, for example, this smaller gold ring, this is the first ring I have ever found, and because of the shape of it, and it's really thin over here, it's also broken too here. Also, it's only 8K gold. It came up way lower than this 14K and 6.2 grams 14K white and yellow gold ring. Now this one came up around like a normal pull tab, modern pull tab, aluminum pull tab from a soda can, and this one came up as a beaver tail pull tab, the aluminum pull tabs. Also, that beaver tails are the older one. They are bigger and they are more circular like a ring. This one was right here, my first silver ring. I found this ring when I received my metal detector. I bought online. I received this, and we lived in Seattle at that time. And the first thing what I did when I received my metal detector is I took a look at the map, and I was heading down to Alki Beach with my wife, and I was testing around my metal detector. And then when I found I had a 80 something signal, which is usually copper pennies or dimes, and then I found this first ring. That day I had only 4 or 5 targets. Later I found out that Alki Beach is one of the most hunted beaches by metal detectorists around that area. Also, when you are in park, you should look for tatlats, playgrounds. They usually have those bigger wood chips. Uh, when they drop something, like they drop a ring or something, they usually go in between those wood chips. That's where I found this 14 karat white gold pendant, also in Seattle. Also, this one was really close to the surface. This is a small silver pendant. Now, as I mentioned, silver is usually coming up really high on all of the metal detectors. But as I mentioned, the size and the shape of the object can really change your VDI number. Now, this one right here, this is a Tiffany's 925 silver uh, pendant, and this one right here came up as, I think, 50. Yeah, around 50, which is also the pull tab and the nickel range. So there are a lot of things what you are have to and you going to learn when you are gonna go out and you're gonna put the time in it. And yeah, you are gonna be able to build up a nice jewelry collection, so you have some value. Let's see what else we should talk about. Also, one more really interesting and good spot you can and probably you will find jewelries and coins. Also, you're gonna find a lot of trash too, probably, but campsites where people are going to camping, or they rent an RV and they pull up with it there, and they probably gonna have a little bit too much alcohol at some point, usually at night. Then 2 3 days later they leave. They have no idea what they lost or what they had. They're usually gonna find out when they are home. They don't even gonna realize where they lost it. So also at camping areas, camping spots are usually have grass. So I mean campsites, they usually have grass. So that's That's again, grass is your friend, because when they drop a nice gold ring like this one right here, they just drop it and they're not gonna find it. A month later, 2 months later, this will gonna sink in the ground a little bit. So even if they're gonna look for it, they are not gonna find it. And for example, found out this one right here. I don't know if you can see through the camera that this one is a 14 karat F, and the symbol looks like a 4, but that F4 it actually stands for Frederick Goldman or Goldman, something like that. And he's the jewelry maker. And a ring like this, a really similar one I saw on eBay, it was like 5 grams. This is 6.2 grams. So that 5 gram one was like $500 or something like that. So this one is around the $600 gold ring. If you just want to calculate the price of the gold, well, I don't know, then probably it's around 250, 300, I don't know. But yeah, like for example, this gold ring, it was around 2 inches deep. Yeah, I also have a video about that on my channel. I did not record that when I dug up the plug because I thought it's gonna be some trash like a pool tab. And when I flipped the plug, then I saw the shining yellow color on the bottom of the hole. And then I turned on my GoPro. And then I was like, holy smokes, my first bigger gold ring I have ever found. Those are some good moments, some good memories, you know? Also, yeah, you should follow all local, state, and federal laws related to metal detecting. If you are new to this channel, by the way, to this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. The more like you give, the more people can see this video, the more people can learn something. Do some quality videos too on YouTube, not just some dummy wasting your time videos. Actually, you can learn something from this one. Right here, another small interesting silver gold ring. This one right here I found in Seattle in a park, just like most of my finds. And this one right here called an Irish Claddack ring. It can mean friendship, it can mean an engagement ring, it can be also, these ones are around like $30-$60, depends on the brand. This one right here I found at Gasworks Park, I guess that was the name. That is the name of that place in Seattle. This is actually heavier one, silver ring, also old looking too. But yeah, you have to dig those holes up to find rings. And also, not all of your jewelries what you find are gonna be silver. These two tungsten carbide rings I found in the same park, not the same day, I would say in the same week maybe, not far from each other. And they are the same style, the same material. These ones are came up low though. These ones are came up lower than a nickel. I would say it lower than a pool tab. It was like 35, 36. I can see a few person just joined in. If you don't know what I'm talking about metal detecting, how you can improve your techniques, how you can find more coins, more jewelries. So give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm planning on giving this at least a few of these Morgan silver dollars away for free, or mercury dimes, if you are subscribed to my channel. We are more than halfway there. Let's see what else we have here. We have some bling jewelry here. I usually keep my bling jewelries there. I also love to find relics like this one right here. I found these relics at the same park where I found a silver mercury dime. That park was old. I found out as soon as I started digging there. These old toys. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find. It's really worth it. It's really worth it. It's really, really worth it. As you can see, here is another little Disney figurine. And where I found this gold ring, actually, these two were pretty close to each other in the same park, like a few, I don't know, like 15, 20 feet away from each other. And this one came up as a zinc penny, which is zinc pennies usually are around 78, 76 on the Garrett ACE 400. If you want to start this fascinating hobby, in these days you can find cheap metal detectors, and as I mentioned, when you find one good ring, boom, there you go, you are already in profit. You are already in profit. Also, now they are having pinpointers with discrimination mode. So let's say if you are in a state where metal detecting is strict or not really legal, let's put it this way, then you can buy a small pinpointer with a discrimination program. Actually, you can find that video on my channel here where I compare the Garrett ACE Pro pointer, which is the Garrett Carrot, we call it, one of the best pinpointers ever. I have a video about those two when I compare that two pinpointers, but for example, if you buy that pinpointer with a discrimination mode on it, which means it can discriminate the ferrous and non-ferrous metals from each other, fully waterproof, right? Stick it in your pocket, go to a swimming hole, bring some, scuba diving glasses, like some snorkeling equipment, and you just go down, underwater a little bit, not too deep. You're just snorkeling there around, and you just grab your small pinpointer. Nobody will care, even if metal detecting is prohibited in that state or in that city, because you are not gonna dig holes, obviously, and like seriously, what you gonna do there? Clean up the river a little bit, clean up the swimming hole from the fishing hooks. You're not gonna do anything negative or anything bad with that. Actually, I'm going to show you that pinpointer right now with the discrimination program. This one right here, and I'm gonna grab the Garrett ACE Pro pointer. If you are new, I'm telling this again, give me a like, please. It's not gonna cost you anything. It's gonna means a lot to me. If you can subscribe, that would be Christmas. Anyhow, as you can see, this is the one I use with the Garrett ACE 400. This is the Garrett Pro ACE Pro pointer. Both of them are fully waterproof. This one was around, well, I bought it in at the same time with the Garrett ACE 400. But if you want to buy this one online, I guess now they are around $120. This one right here is around $150. But there are a huge difference between the two pinpointer. This one has a discrimination mode, while this one right here has a little bit better sensitivity, and the whole almost half of the pinpointer is all actually can detect metal, while this one only the tip of the pinpointer can detect, and somewhere around here. But let me show you a huge difference. So, for example, here is this gold ring, right? 14 karat white and yellow gold ring, 6.2 grams. maximum sensitivity. It has it has three modes. Now it's on the maximum sensitivity. It shakes and beeps. You can also change the settings if you just want volume, I mean just the beeps, or just the shaky mode, or both. You see, everything, every single metal object is just giving the same signal, while this one right here, well, this one has a discrimination mode. Now this is on only shaking. This one can shake and give you sound, and also has two little lights here, a red and a green. Now I don't know, this is the green one, yeah. Now what that means is this one right here, it can and will discriminate the ferrous and non-ferrous metals. So this is why I said, if you are living in a state or in a city where metal detecting is really strict for some reason, then you can go to some rivers and use this one, fully waterproof. You just, you know, go underwater and boom, here is a 14 karat white gold pendant. There you go. Definitely non-ferrous metal. As you can see, the green light is flashing. Also, you can see the zeros right there. And now let me show you. When you are gonna have a non-ferrous metal, like this bling earring, this hoop earring, is gonna flash the red light. This is too thin, so sometimes it's not giving you the perfect signal, but try to find something right here. Yeah, this one is lead, so yeah, it's non-ferrous. Yeah, this one right here. As you can see, the red light is flashing and you have X. When you have a gold ring right there, you have the green light. You have the green light. If somebody has any questions, again, about metal detecting or pinpointers or metal detectors, drop me a comment. Ask me whatever you want to know or whatever you want to ask. I'm working on my English with this rough Hungarian accent right here. So don't be shy, just go ahead and drop me a comment. Also, give me a big, huge like and a subscribe. It's free for you. It means everything to me. The more like I'm gonna have on this video, the more people will see it, the more people can learn something. Also, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are more than halfway there. I'm gonna give away some silver coins, like Morgan silver dollars, mercury dimes. Let me just do another test with this little pinpointer here, right here. By the way, this one is called the Quest X Pointer Max. There, if I'm right, X Pointer Max, as far as I know, because there is the X Pointer Pro. Yeah, this is the Max. The Pro looks the same. The price on that one is $70 something. This one is 140 on Amazon. Let me do another test on this one. Yeah, this is a big ring. It's not precious metal, but it's coming up as a non-ferrous metal because it's not iron. What else we have here? I put this gold back here. I really appreciate every single likes and every single subscribing, every single person who's subscribing to my channel. As I said, ask me anything in the comment sections if you want to know anything about metal detecting or different metal detectors or pinpointers. Ask me anything, where to start, when to start, when is the best time to go to metal detecting, where you can find more gold or silver, where you can find high-end silver like this Tiffany's, silver pendant. Also, this hobby is gonna teach you a lot. It's gonna teach you a lot. It's gonna teach you patience. It's also good for you because you are walking around a lot, so it's a good cardio. You're doing physical activity better than sitting in front of the TV or or something like that. Also, this hobby, you know, through this hobby, I started collecting coins. Now, through that, I started coin roll hunting. I have a big ball of coins right here. Actually, yesterday and today I did some coin roll hunting. I was looking for silver dimes. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot through this hobby. Just the new persons who just joined us right here. This is from yesterday. I was doing a coin roll hunt. I picked up these coins from the bank for free. I'm looking through, every single one of them. 1964 was the last year, yeah, for the silver dimes. Every single one of them, which one is silver, it worth at least $2-3, even if it's not a rare or not some error coin. There are expensive ones, of course. Like you can find the dime worth $200-300 easily with a little luck, obviously. Now, another type of jewelry you are gonna find in parks, in tatlots, in playgrounds, is those are these little child rings. Let me just check this pinpointer, by the way, on this one. If this is gonna come up as a precious, I mean not precious, non-ferrous metal, and yeah, as you can see, it is gonna come up as a ferrous metal. So that's why I said, if you are living in a state where metal detecting is prohibited, or it's not, they going really hard on you, then you can buy a small pinpointer like this with the discrimination program, and there you go, boom, gold ring. You go to a swimming hole or something, stick it in your pocket, you just go under the water, snorkeling around, and boom, green light, the zeros, it's precious metal, non-ferrous metal, you're just gonna dig it up. Not like you're gonna do any damage there, you just clean up the river at least. In Washington State, for example, they are really easy on this one. You don't need a permit, you don't need anything. In public parks, in the city, on the beach, you can go. One time, two old dudes walked up to me and they are like, "Oh, we call the ranger," as they said, and it's illegal to dig in the city's soil, but they have groups. Also, that is a really good idea. Actually, there are Facebook groups. You can join. There are, especially the older generation, they are really the area, and they told me, that's just bullshitting around. They just probably jealous because when you go out there and you are finding the golds, it's worth more than their weekly payout. So sometimes they just going hard on you. But as I said, if you live in a state where metal detecting is prohibited, or they are going hard on you, and you have some beach area or river, you just take this little pinpointer with a discrimination program or mode in your pocket, go around the water, and you are ready to go, ready to hunt. Hey, every single new person who is here, I would really, really appreciate a like. It's free for you. It means everything to me. Give me a subscribe. That one is free too. It means Christmas to me. So once again, I'm gonna give away some free coins. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are more than halfway there. Let's look around. Some antique toy. Oh yeah, when children were able to play outside with sharp toys like this one right here. Not in these days anymore. These days they are sitting in front of their computers or in front of or holding their phones 24/7. Yeah, you can find a lot of interesting stuff outside. Like this little soldier right here. I think I see my first bracelet I found in a park. Yeah, it's a gold-plated silver. It has some engravings in it. Amy. Right there. Oh yeah, when I found this one, I thought it's gonna be gold, you know? I thought it's gonna be gold, but nope. I needed to wait a little longer for my first bigger gold, obviously. But as a hobby, and you are outside in the nature, you're moving around, walking around, you know, and you just find, you are just going to find some extra income, like almost like a side hustle or something like that. If anyone has any questions, just let me know in the comment sections. Those are pretty. Yes, Krista said in the comment sections. Which one is your favorite, Krista? Yeah, Krista said those are pretty. Which one is your favorite? Subscribe to our channel so you're gonna have a chance to win these free giveaways. Morgan Silver dollars once we hit 1,000 subscribers. We are more than halfway there. Also, if you have any questions about metal detecting, I'm saying again, then just ask, okay? Nobody gonna bite. No one. We are pretty friendly, so. If you have better things to do, the bracelet. This is a silver bracelet I found in a park in Seattle. It wasn't too deep actually. Yeah. Picture and sound is clear, it's clean, it's good. Everybody can see me and hear me well. All right. Is there any questions about this fascinating hobby? About these pinpointers or metal detectors? Not that many person around today. Do you need a permit? Well, that depends in which state you are. Like in Washington state, you don't have to have permit. You can have a permit in state parks. You're gonna need a permit, but it's free online. You can register. You're just gonna put in which parks, which state parks you're gonna go. Public parks, city park. You don't need permit. You just grab your detector and go. But in Washington state, the state parks, in the state parks, you are gonna need to have a permit in Washington state. But that's super easy, free, 1-2 minute online. You just put in which park, the name of the park you're gonna be. You can put in all of them. They're gonna send you back an email with your name. It's good for 1 year. Now, for example, in Texas, God, they are really hard on you with metal detecting in Texas. They don't want you to find some gold. That's for sure. They don't want you to find some jewelry. That's for sure. Which is not logical because, for example, up around New York and New Jersey, up there, Massachusetts, around there, where is way more history, everything is started out around there, around that area, they are more easy on you. But in Texas, you don't. They have a permit, but it's weird. So in Texas, let's talk about the Austin area where I am right now. We are gonna have a road trip, by the way. We are gonna go up to New York from Austin, Texas. We are gonna go up around New York. I'm going to make videos when we stop, and I'm gonna metal detect in the states and in cities where it's allowed. But up there, you usually can. But here in Texas, Austin, for example, it's this Austin area, as far as I know. As said, I'm not from here. I metal detected around the Carpathians, in Europe, different countries anyways. But here you have to have a permit, but that permit is not gonna, if they're gonna give you a permit, that permit is not gonna allow you to metal detect, even not even in city parks, not even in city parks. You can use that permit. You have to put in a date and an exact location in cases when a person loses some ring or some jewelry, and you are going to find it. And of course, it can't be a $10 ring. It has to have some value. But yeah, in Texas, Austin, they are really strict. That's why I say, that's why that's why I bought this second pinpointer, because I'm like, okay, this is make no sense, like they are super strict here. So I bought this one right here. I can attach it to my belt, for example, turn it on, waterproof. I can go snorkeling in rivers, swimming holes. I am not going to do any damages. I'm going to clean up the river a little bit from the fishing hooks. Also the fishing weights, the lead, which is really, really bad for humans and animals and nature. That's really bad, So I grabbed this little pinpointer with the discrimination program mode on it. Boom, the green one is there. We know it's a non-ferrous metal. Non-ferrous metals are gold, silver, copper, lead, aluminum. Even this little aluminum ring is coming up as a non-ferrous metal. But as you can see, this bigger hoop earring right here is gonna come up as red, and it's an X, which it means ferrous metal. Ferrous metal, it means when it can and it will be rusty, and it will have corrosion, Anyways, everyone, is someone or somebody has any questions about metal detecting or anything like that? I am waiting for the questions. The main time you can make me happy with a like. I would really, really, really appreciate that. Also hit that little ring or bell so you can receive notifications when I am uploading a new video. As I said, to give me a like is free and it will make me really happy. If you're gonna subscribe to my channel, that would be Christmas to me. So, and also you're gonna have a chance to win some free Morgan silver dollars. Look around on my channel, you can find a lot of videos about metal detecting, about coin roll hunt, If somebody has any questions, just go ahead and ask me about silver jewelries, gold jewelries, bling jewelries, silver coins. Go ahead. Or how to start metal detecting, where to start metal detecting. I can give you a few advice. The advices are free too. What are the best places to metal detect? Well, the busy areas, let's put it this way: beaches, city parks, camping areas, campsites, the woods. Also, if you can, if you live in an old town, go ahead, walk around, ask the older generations, point out a building or something with your finger and ask them, hey, what was there 50, 60 years ago? Maybe they grew up at that area. They can tell you stories, where, which park they went, which park was busy 50, 60 years ago, Also, if you are in a small town, you are probably gonna have less targets, but you are gonna have less concurrence. So I mean, less person, around that small town to metal detect. So you are gonna have higher chance to find good stuff. Less people equals less trash, Also less targets. Hey, Paxton Miner, where have you been? Where have you been? Good, having a good day. Good, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. I'm glad. Give me a like, please. I just started out. I need the likes. It's gonna help me to push this video higher in the rankings on YouTube. So more people can see it. Thanks, man. Do you have any questions about metal detecting or about cheaper pinpointers? I was talking about that I bought this. I usually use this one right here. This is the Garrett ACE Pro pinpointer. I'm on the East Coast, so it's more legal there. Yeah. Yeah. And on the East Coast, you can find more. There are history up there, and they're not as strict in Texas. As I mentioned, at least here in Texas, around Austin, the Austin area, you can have guns, but you can't metal detect. It makes no sense. But that's why I bought this waterproof pinpointer with a discrimination mode on it, so I can go to water, to rivers, to swimming holes, and I can just put it in my pocket. I'm gonna go around snorkeling around, and as I said, this one right here has a discrimination mode. It can discriminate the ferrous and non-ferrous targets. So as you can see, this right here is a bling hoop earring, and it gives me the red signal and the X. Now, yeah, Paxton, yeah, it is. And this one right here, this is just gonna go ahead real quick and show it to Paxton, because I think he's one of my subscribers, and I really appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Take a closer look, Paxton. I found out since yesterday, I found out how I can make the camera to focus. This one is a 14 karat gold ring. The F4, it stands for the jewelry maker, Frederick Goldman. This is 6.2 grams. A 5 gram one on the eBay, it sells for around the same, looks pretty same, the style, and it sells for like $450, $500. So the 6.2 grams is gonna be around 600, I guess. But anyways, when you're having a gold ring, you see, it's green and you have zeros. Or the silver, it's green and the zeros. When you have a trashy iron target, you are gonna have the red light and the X. It also shakes. It has multiple sensitivities. If you press both buttons at the same time, now it's in low sensitivity, middle, high, boost. You can add volume too. It's pretty loud, actually. It's 90 decibels. Fully waterproof. 50K. Oh yeah, 50K. By the way, the Garrett, this one right here, the Garrett ACE Pro pointer, it's one of my favorite pinpointer, is $120. And this one right here on Amazon is $140. But as I said, both of them fully waterproof. This one, the Garrett ACE Pro pointer, it may be better on the sensitivity, so it can detect for objects in a little bit deeper. This one has a really good sensitivity, not as great as the Garrett, but this one has the discrimination program. So when you are in places where it's like states where it's not allowed to metal detect, or they are strict, then you can go, you know, with the small one. Nobody will do anything. You are not gonna do any bad with it, you know. You're just gonna clean up, especially if you are not digging like in rivers and swimming holes. You are not really digging, you know. Yeah, Paxton, if you are subscribed and you're gonna receive notification, you're probably gonna see me. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna do some live stream again. Yeah. Thanks for jumping in and leaving me that like. Have a good day, dude. Or good night. Anybody else has any other questions about these pinpointers or about metal detecting, where and how and when to metal detect? Crystal said, do you keep most of your jewelry or sell them? Well, for now, I am going to keep them and collect them. And when I'm gonna have enough to buy a, let's see what, let's say a Lamborghini, then I'm going to sell them. When I'm gonna have 10 kilos of gold. All right. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscriptions. I mean the subscribe. If someone have a question, go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask. Oh, by the way, where I found this gold ring, this 14 karat, I don't know if the next day, the next day I found this one right here, like 10 feet away from the gold one, and it was a little bit jumpy signal, you know. It was 60 something or 70 something, and I thought it's gonna be another gold ring, because this one has a stamp in it. It says 14K in there, but it also said that 14K GF, so gold field, so it's not gold. I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna have two gold rings from the same park, because this one is real gold, from the same park, 10 feet away from each other. All right, somebody have any questions about pinpointers or any metal detectors, or where to hunt, how to hunt, best places for metal detecting? As I said, drop me a huge like. I would really appreciate it. It is for free, but only today. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel to have some nice normal videos around your homepage when you log into your YouTube account, so you are not gonna waste your time and energy with some dummy videos. You're actually gonna learn something, like you're gonna learn a good hobby. How much was your metal detector? Well, my big metal detector, the Garrett ACE 400, it was around $380 or $400, but I bought it in a book with the Garrett ACE Pro pointer, and this one here is, if you want to buy it separate, it's $120. But yeah, I think the Garrett ACE 400 or ACE 400i, which is I think the I stands for the international or something like this, but mine is the Garrett ACE 400. It is around 280, I guess, $300, somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. somewhere around there. Yeah, we have some light too, so they can shine. They can shine a little bit. A little bit. This one, especially this one, is really nice right here. I don't know how to hold it so you can see it better, but this one is really... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Of course, it's gonna need a little bit of polish over there on the top, because, you know, I found it with my metal detector, so it was underground for a while. But yeah, the stone is beautiful in this one. The stone is beautiful in this one. There we go. Stone is beautiful, beautiful stone in this one. This one right here is beautiful also. I remember this one right here. This one was my first gold pendant I have ever found in a park, in a tot lot. You know, it was under the wood chips, you know, 14 karat. This is a great hobby, man. You can just find, you know, free silver, you know, free gold, free jewelries out there. You know, in these days you can even go with a pinpointer if you are not going for deeper targets, or if you are in a state where metal detecting is strict or prohibited, you know, by law or something like that. As I mentioned, I'm gonna say again to my new viewers that this pinpointer right here, it also has a discrimination mode. So in states or places where it's not allowed to use metal detectors, you know, you can put this in your pocket. As I said, you can go to swimming holes, you know, it can discriminate. For example, the gold ring, as you can see, it's green and you have zeros. Now the bling big hoop earring is red, as you can see, and you have X in it. So it can discriminate targets. You are go to swimming hole, you are not gonna do anything negative, anything bad with it, you know. You're gonna clean up the swimming hole a little bit, the swimming place. You're gonna find a few bonus, probably gold ring or silver ring. Make me happy, man. Give me a big, huge like. Don't make me beg for it. You wanna give me a Christmas present, just subscribe to my channel. What's your most expensive find, or your most favorite find, I mean? Well, my most favorite find, if I gonna find it, it was a small silver pendant. I probably put it away somewhere in a safety place. It was a silver pendant with some gravings on it, some religious gravings on it. That is super old, but my most valuable find so far, my most expensive, is this gold ring right here. This gold ring right here. This one is my most expensive find so far. This one, only in gold price, it worth at least now I don't know, $250, I guess, around there, close to 300 probably. 14 karat yellow and white gold. Frederick Goldman F4. The stamps are in there. If you sell it as a you know, nice jewelry, then you are gonna get more. Obviously, you're gonna get like 600 probably, because I saw one. It looks pretty much the same jewelry maker, Frederick Goldman, and that one was like 5 grams, 4.5 grams, a wedding band, and it's they asking like $400 for it, I guess. Whoa, $600, sell it. That one was $400 for the 5 or 4.5 grams gold ring. They asking like 450. So the 6.2 gram, this one right here, mine, I think Actually, somebody said in a Facebook group, a metal detecting group, PNW, that one was my first group I ever, joined. I met a lot of good people there, and somebody there told me that it's probably gonna worth around $600. Yeah, and that is the good part when you are joining different groups, when you are going to find people with the same hobby, same interests, and some of them doing this hobby for a long time, and they have experience. There are some smart dudes out there, who is not they are not just wasting their life around social media and BS like that. So yeah, this hobby is actually it's I think it's one of the greatest hobbies, like seriously. Like, you can have some great finds, you can make some money, and you are going to learn, and you are outside, you are walking around doing some physical thing, healthy for you. Anybody else has any questions? And you just found it in a park? Yes, I did, in a park or in the beach. To the ones who are new, please give me a like. It is absolutely free today. Tomorrow I'm gonna charge you. Make me even more happier with a subscribe. If you have any questions about metal detecting, let me know in the comment sections. Ask me anything about jewelries, coins, or coin roll hunt. I just did a coin roll hunt yesterday, and today, as you can see, have a few dimes here. I was looking for silver dimes, but the oldest one I found, it was from 1965, which is 1 year only from the silver, because the last year for the silver dimes and quarters, it was 1964 as far as I know. Who is going to give me a like? Let's see. We are over 1 hour right now with this live stream. Drop me a like. You are going to have a chance to win, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, some free Morgan silver dollars, mercury dimes. What else we have here? $50. All right, we are going to end this live stream soon. If anybody has any questions, they can ask it right now. Only here, only now. Tomorrow afternoon, we are probably gonna have another video, probably another live stream. One more time, I'm asking if anyone has any questions out there, they can ask me in the comment sections about the pinpointers I use, the metal detectors I use, the jewelries I find, coins I find out there. Make me super happy with a like. I would highly appreciate it. I'm waiting for the questions. If anyone else has any questions about metal detecting, I put together a list right here. So ask me for advice. Ask me for advice. I share everything I know about this fascinating hobby. Oh yeah. These are the memories, you know, you make. Like the first silver quarter you find, the first silver dime you find, the first war nickel you find, you know. Actually not that one. This one right here. No, this one maybe. This one was my first war nickel I ever found. This one has, now I don't want to sound dumb, but I don't know, 35% or 40% silver. Because at the Second World War, you know, America needed the nickel, so they took it from the coins and they replaced it with silver. So yeah, there is, I think from 42 to 45, maybe those are the war nickels. All right, all right. Which person with a big heart will make me happy with a like? So this video can have a higher ranking by the algorithm, so more people can see it and more people can learn it, or I mean more people can learn something, share some values with each other, share what we know. We are going to end this live stream pretty soon if nobody has any more questions, and tomorrow we are going to have another live stream. So around, I don't know, afternoon, around 7, 8 maybe. So if you are going to enjoy, you are going to receive a notification. Leave me a leave me a like, leave me a comment. Go be outside, go metal detecting, find some gold and silver. Tomorrow afternoon 7 or 8 o'clock we are gonna meet here. Peace. Thanks for watching.